Fill your lungs to capacity and then fill them just a little bit more. Expand, take up space, and then let that air right on out. Breathing in the beauty and the good and the wonder. And when we exhale, we let go and we release. And even this simple moment of breathing is a participation in life. It is life. It's life itself. But what we don't always understand is that as we breathe in, we take in light, we take in love, we take in the world, we take in life. And we exhale those things back into the world, and we are participating in the flow of life. Isn't it wonderful just to breathe? I have today, have right now. I have this breath, I have this moment. So how am I gonna use it? Who will I be? I have this moment and that's all there is for me. I have today, I have right now. I have this breath, I have this moment. So how am I gonna use it? Who will I be? I have this moment and it's all there is for me. And in this moment, I'm just grateful. I sit here with no expectation, just savoring, just being present, and knowing that whatever unfolds is perfect beauty. Whatever life is unfolding before me is the experience that I am here to have. And moment by moment, that's kind of easy. It's a breath. It's the blink of an eye. It's the feeling of the wind on your skin and being there, being so ready and so open. Today is the day. And it's the perfect day to live in the now. Right now is that moment. Oh, and here it is again. I don't have to worry about what's coming. I don't have to worry about what's left on the path behind me. My story isn't what's coming, and my story isn't what's behind me. My story is right now. Because I have today, I have right now. I have this breath, I have this moment. So how am I gonna use it? Who will I be? I have this moment and that's all there is for me. I have today, I have right now. I have this breath, I have this moment. So how am I gonna use it? Who will I be? I have this moment and that's all there is for me. You'll find that when you're living one breath at a time, one moment. Life is just that much easier. Because the struggle is in what you anticipate. The struggle is in what you regret. But if each moment is so fresh, and each moment is a time of rebirth, then you get to start right here, right now, right this second. And you get to choose. What am I in this moment? I feel like the choices are endless. In this moment, I am bursting with joy. In this moment, I am grateful. In this moment, I feel love. In this moment, there is peace. In this moment, there is music. In this moment, there is cool air in my mouth. In this moment, fill in the blank. You get to choose. You get to experience whatever it is you are and you feel in the moment. Wow. There's an aha moment. There's always a reason to find the good and be the good and know the good and feel the good. And we have today. We have right now. We have this breath. We have this moment. So how are we going to use it? Who are we going to be? Because we have this moment. And that's all. And as I speak these words, I know that these are the words that I need to hear. That these are the words that are resonating in my life in this moment. There are times I feel bogged down by past choices. And there are times that I feel overwhelmed by what's coming next. But I take a step back and look at the here and now. This is where I truly live. This is where the spirit that I am truly thrives. And so we can choose this moment to change our lives. We can choose this moment to see what is before us, what it surrounds us, and to choose. That's the blessing of this life, is that it's just one choice after the next choice. In this moment, I choose this, and I get to choose again. And I get to make this life as exceptional and as perfect and as beautiful and loving and peaceful as I choose it to be. Because guess what? I have today. I have today. I have right now. I have this breath. I have this moment. So how am I gonna use it? Who will I be? I have this moment and that's all there is for me. I have today. I have right now. I have this breath. I have this moment. So how am I gonna use it? Who will I be? I have this moment and it's all there is for me. I have this moment and that's all there is for me. I have this moment and that's all there is for me. I want to thank you for coming with this little meditative journey with me. And when you feel comfortable, just wiggle your noses and your toeses. Bring yourself back from the space you were. And just become present to the noises in the room. Become present to the feelings and the sounds. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Blessings to all of you. Thank you very much for being here with me. Namaste. Check.
music. The like.
But I have to have really nice, something.
Well, in pop music, it sounds like twos, which is how you make a strong, big sounding cluster chord.
Right.
The
Yeah. Which is where I'm voicing it. Yeah. So it sounds a little.
My voice it soars, but will I speak up? My eyes do see, but will I look? These boots do walk, but will they show up? Gotta give up my people-pleasing ways, share the lives of yesterday. These hands are strong, but will they break through the swelling walls of doubt and shame? My heart's been drenched in brick and mortar, but I brought the one to the world and I can tear it down. So watch out, I am done with hiding. I'm through stumbling around. Wake up, wake up. Time has come for me to know it. Only love and speak and show it. Unstoppable, blue eyes that see the haze is lifted. This pounding heart won't be contained, and I can hear the faintest whisper, rumbling, rising, thumping, driving. Well, my soul has got to sing. Watch out, I am done with hiding. I'm through stumbling around. Wake up, wake up. Time has come for me to know it. Only love and speak and show it. Unstoppable, playing hide and seek. With all my secret dreams, I can keep them locked inside of me, or I can choose to live them out. Oh, I can choose to live unstoppable. I am whatever I say I am. I'm through stumbling around. Wake up, wake up. Time has come for me to wake up, wake up. Better believe I'm gonna wake up, wake up. Time has come for me to know it. Only love and speak and show it. Wanna say it, work it, take it, just believe it, live it, think it, see the end. Unstoppable.
Yeah. Woohoo! Elevation! All righty. Good morning, everybody. How are ya? It's wonderful to see everybody here. It's wonderful to know that you all are joining us with our love stream as well. In fact, those of you who are here in person, will you turn around and wave at the love stream people? Just wave at George Clooney. He's right up there. Hi, George. How are ya? And everybody else who's tuning in, welcome to the Calgary Center for Spiritual Living. I'll introduce myself. I'm Pat Campbell, and I am the spiritual director here. And if you've never been to a Center for Spiritual Living, I know we have a couple of people who are new today. I point your attention to the slide on either side of the screen, or if you're watching at the with the love stream. We are a faith tradition that honors all faith traditions. We understand that there are as many people on a spiritual path as there are people on this earth. And so because this this living energy of spirit is in each of us. It is the spark of the divine within each of us. There can't be just one way to believe. There's 8 billion people on the planet. That means 8 billion people who are expressing their divine and unique selves. So what we teach here is that we honor whatever path that you are here. However you got here, where you're going from here, we know that we are all connected. We are all part of the same one. So you are absolutely welcome here if you're new. And what I'd like to ask is, for those of us who are in the audience, if this is your first time, if you'd be willing to raise your hand. We don't want to embarrass you. We just want to say hi to you. So anybody? Yes, all the way from Winnipeg. Woohoo! Awesome, thank you. Thanks so much for being here and spending your Sunday with us. And if you are new to us on the Love Stream, you know, we love to see comments on the live stream. We call it the Love Stream. We love to see comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from. If you're right here in Calgary or Southern Alberta, that's awesome. If you're from someplace else, let us know where you're tuning in from so we can officially welcome you and know that everybody is welcome here. We're so glad you're here. We're going to start out by singing our Kong song. This is one of my favorites because I like to dance to it. So you do whatever you want to do. I'm going to dance to the song. Maybe I'll sing too. So let's go together.
I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening, I am opening, I am opening, I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening, I am opening, I am opening, I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening, I am opening, I am opening, I am opening.
Doesn't it just make you want to do that? I'm opening up in sweet surrender. Some people don't like the word surrender because they think it means to give up. But when we're talking about surrender from a spiritual place, we are giving up of ourselves, of our limitations. I'm opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous light of the one. Yeah, love it, love it, love it. Thanks for choosing that today, Ames. Okay, so this is not for you all because you're here already. This is for you all. We are open to in-person service. We started last week again, and we're so happy to have people here in the center. We are also super happy to have you who are with us on the Love Stream as well. If you are coming here to be in person, we're following the AHS guidelines, so we are requiring masks. We are staying social distanced, and I know, gosh, it's so hard because you see I've seen somebody that I haven't seen forever, and I want to give her a big hug, but I'm restraining myself and behaving myself just because we want to keep everyone safe. We want to have everyone feel comfortable in being able to be here. So if you are here, we won't be having coffee today. The fun day we haven't put in place yet. Also, the Soul Shop, our bookstore, isn't open yet. but still the music's hot, the message is great, and it's really nice to be in the energy. So please come on down. We have a seating capacity, but we're not close to filling it at this point. So if you're like, ooh, I don't know if I should go, what if there's not room? You know what, come down, I think we're gonna be okay. So we'd love to see you this Sunday, next Sunday, and I was gonna say fingers crossed, I'm not sure that's what I mean, but fingers crossed every Sunday after that. Can I get an amen? Yes, all righty. Okay, we are having our convention. Centers for Spiritual Living is having its convention in Palm Springs, January 17th through 21st, I believe it is. And we actually have 5 or 6 people from the center who are going. I don't know if you knew that. Besides Amy and me, we have other people who are going also. So if this is something that's calling to you, a week of wonderful speakers, a week of great workshops, fabulous music. Oh, that's right. Lisa's going too. That's right. Woohoo! Yeah. Woo. Anyway, in Palm Springs in January. That sounds really good. Anyway, fabulous music. Amy is the music director. So if this is calling to you and you're like, boy, would I love to spend the week with like-minded people, then there's the information, spiritualconvention.csl.org. And if you didn't catch that, you can email me and I'll let you know that information. So you all remember our beautiful, wonderful Pelly. Pelly is one of our practitioners. We absolutely adore her, and she moved to her home country of Eswatini. We knew it as Swaziland. It's had a name change, and she moved there about, I want to say a year ago. And she wants to tell us what it's been like, the spiritual process that she's been through to adjust to being in her home country and bringing this brand of spirituality there, not in like a missionary sort of way, but just bringing herself and her beautiful pelliness is the way that I would put it. So she's going to be doing a storytelling workshop. Now, I want to make sure I got all the right information. On December 11th, which is a Saturday, from 11 to noon, we're asking a $20 love donation. Here's the deal. I don't have the registration information yet. I just wanted to kind of have you get it on your radar that you want to do this. Is going to be online via either Zoom or Google Meets or something like that. We're still working that part out. But put it in your calendar for December 11th, and she's just going to share some spiritual stories. That's what she's calling it, kind of a spiritual storytelling experience. And I know it's going to be absolutely wonderful. So I wanted to let everybody know that that was happening. So you know that even though we are open to in-person on Sundays, we are still doing most of our gatherings online. So our Monday nights is our Consciousness Seekers. This is facilitated by one of our practitioners, Ron Hahn. And Ron is a deep thinker. He goes there. I mean, he really goes and takes you with him to explore these spiritual ideas in a much deeper sense. That's why they're called consciousness seekers. But don't let that scare you. It's also super friendly and super fun. So that's on Monday nights from 7 to probably around 8:30. All the information I'm giving you is in the newsletter and also on the website. So then on Wednesdays, we have Coffee with Dr. Pat, that's me, and we do a little spiritual practice, we do a little check-in, we answer some questions. It's just a really nice way of connecting with one another. Everybody is welcome to that. Thursday meditation is Thursdays at 7 o'clock. It's just let's get together and meditate together. No more than 45 minutes. And then the Saging Circle is for our wisdom keepers, people who are 55, 60 plus. And they gather together and once again provide support and wisdom to one another. So all of that information is on the website and in the newsletter. So if you want to read a little bit more about it and get those codes and everything. So everything online. I think that's all I've got for now. Yes. So we're going to go now into our more sacred time. We've talked about business, we've talked about what's happening at the center, and now we're going to prepare ourselves to go within. Just go to that place of communing with Spirit as Amy leads us in a chant, and then because she is a practitioner, giving us our opening spiritual mind treatment. So just go within.
Love reflecting love, one with the divine, peace expressing heaven bright, light reflecting light, love reflecting love. I am one with the divine, peace expressing heaven bright, light reflecting light. There is only one God, one Spirit, one life, one love, pouring itself into everything. It is all that we are and all that we do, every breath, every moment. And I am one with it. The Spirit has its way in, as, and through all that I am. And all that I express is an expression of that amazing, powerful Spirit. So in this moment, I claim my good. Because this moment is all that I have. So in this moment, I know that this beautiful life that I lead is divine. That this life and love that I express is that of the one power, the one love. And that I can choose in each moment the life I live, the life I lead, and who I am. So I choose love, and I choose joy and peace. I choose contemplation, and I choose to explore life in a deep, meaningful way. And I just relish in the adventure of the life that is before me in this very moment. And I'm grateful for this knowing. I'm grateful to know that the source of all that there is the power behind all that I am. And I let it go into the law, knowing that it is returned to me, pressed down and overflowing, right here, right now, immediately, every time. So let's say together, and so it is. Light reflecting light, I am one with the divine, peace expressing heaven bright, light reflecting light, love reflecting love, one with the divine, peace expressing heaven bright, light reflecting light, light reflecting light.
Thank you, Amy. That was quite wonderful if you didn't have the opportunity to hear her meditation this morning, which she does a music meditation with spoken word and music. It was quite lovely. You can find it on the recording on YouTube. So now that our hearts are wide open, let's repeat our vision and mission statements together. The Calgary Center for Spiritual Living is a beacon of spiritual illumination that inspires individuals to reveal their wholeness, co-creating a world that works for everyone, co-creating with the divine, co-creating with one another. We are working towards creating a world that works for all. We have everyone here, but that kind of implies humans. A world that works for all means that a world that works for plants and animals and the earth and everything. A world that works for all. And our mission statement, the Calgary Center for Spiritual Living, makes accessible a way of living and thinking that reveals one's spiritual magnificence and personal power. We co-create, there's that word again, an inclusive community that fosters an expansion of consciousness. The other thing I love about that is revealing one's spiritual magnificence, because our teaching is that each of us is spiritually magnificent. Each one of us is spiritually perfect. That may not be apparent in this physical world. Spiritually, it is true. Spiritually, each of us has that spark of the divine within us. So before I introduce Elevation for their first featured song, I heard a cell phone, a ding of a cell phone. And I have a story to tell real quickly, but I'm going to tell it by way of asking you to turn off your sound, so that's not reflecting. So I brought my cell phone in this morning during meditation because I wanted to see the count of how many of you are tuning in. And I thought I'd turn the sound off. So Amy is just starting the meditation, and I'm hearing voices. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, God, are you kidding me? And then I become aware that it's my beloved Rosalie behind me. You all know Rosalie. She's the most beautiful, gentle, peaceful woman who ever drew breath, and she's behind me. And I had a moment of, oh, God, Rosalie, what the heck? Only to realize it was Amy coming in through my phone. And not darling Rosalie at all. So busted on me, that's why I'm busting you. Please turn off your cell phones or turn off the sound from your cell phone. All right. So this song that Elevation is going to perform is actually an original from Amy, and she wrote it as the final project for her foundations class, so many years ago. It is a dandy. Please welcome Elevation featuring Amy Bishop.
Closer than a heartbeat, closer than the breath in your lungs, closer even still than the pulse within your veins. I am lover or a child. I'm part of every person, kind and wild. I am everything you are. I'm the wish and I'm the star. I am, I am, I am. I'm the oak that's climbing skyward. I'm a dandelion seed. Every broken heart, every good deed, every kind word spoken, every tear that's cried. I'm that little whisper that won't be denied. All that ever was or will ever be. Passion, truth, and love, and lasting peace. I am everything you see. I am you and you are me. I am, I am, I I am spirit, the one mind. I am laughter, I am divine. I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am. I am. Amen.
Amy Bishop, Oliver Miguel, Elevation, Luis Tovar, Lisa Jacobs. I gotta tell you, I've heard that song many times, and it never ceases to just really thrill me, but that was a beautiful rendition of it. Between the two of you, I want to say, Amy, your voice, yeah, I've said this a gazillion times, when she opens that voice up, it's the sweetest sound ever in the history of the world. And when Oliver, you know, Oliver's such a jazz man, and when he lets that thing loose, you know, it's just like, yeah! But this time, was that such a sweet sound? I loved it. Whew, yeah. Whew. Would you breathe with me, please? Taking a deep breath. And another. And in your own time, please. I have many favorite times and moments when we do a Sunday celebration, and breathing together is absolutely one of them. I just love that feeling of inspiring together. Even if you're sitting at home, we're still inspiring together because there's only one. It's fabulous. So my talk today is called It's About Time. And I could just as easily have given the talk last week when we were going through the time change that there's always a big debate about. Should we, shouldn't we, all that other stuff. And I'm not going to get into the debate because the truth is there are aspects of both of the changes I dislike and aspects of both of the changes that I kind of like. For instance, with the fallback time, I definitely love an extra hour of sleep on a Sunday morning. It's a one day I get up early, right? So, and I like it getting lighter earlier in the morning for a while. You know, we're coming up the really dark season, but, you know, I like that. That feels good. And the spring ahead one, I really dislike losing an hour of sleep on a Sunday morning. But I kind of like those long days, you know, when it doesn't get dark till 11 o'clock and that type of thing. However, the truth of the matter is, no matter what you think about it, it doesn't really matter. Because time, more than anything else that we experience in this material world, time is relative. What I mean by that is even though it can be measured and we can see it on our clocks and our watches and our phones and everything else, time can be and is completely altered depending on what we're doing and depending on how we are observing it. For example, think about a time when you were doing something that was super tedious and super boring. Time felt like it was standing still. Yes? Like every single time you looked at the clock, it hadn't budged. Kind of like this guy. It says here, when you want to go home, but time is going slow. And what about this guy? This is about when you're waiting for something to happen and you got such anticipation you're going to go on vacation or you're looking forward to an event or you're going to spend some time with friends, and again the clock or the calendar goes by so slowly. But then on the other hand, what about when you're doing something you love? Or you're spending time with someone you love, or you're totally engrossed in a book or a movie, and time just flies by like that. But the irony is, it's the same amount of time. This is mind-blowing to me. So those 2 hours when you're at work and everything seems endless, or you're anticipating something and it's going to happen in 2 hours and you're waiting for it to happen, or the 2 hours that you spent with a loved one, they're all the same 2 hours. And yet the perception of those same 2 hours is completely different depending on what we're doing, what we're thinking, how we're experiencing it. For instance, during our meditation this morning, sat down, I was a little restless. You know, I sometimes am on Sunday mornings, a little bit restless, and I thought, okay, 15 minutes. Yeah, no, I can sit here for 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes during the meditation. I closed my eyes, and before I knew it, it was done. Before I knew it, it was done. So time absolutely really has little meaning. As Haruki Murakami wrote, time expands, then contracts, and in tune with the stirrings of the heart. And of course, there's these scientific explanations for it, teachings of Einstein and relativity and time and space and all that other kind of stuff. But the truth is, I have like this much knowledge of it, just enough to get me in trouble. So I'm going to stick with what I know, which is how it all relates from a spiritual perspective. Can I get an amen for that? Yes, you all agree with me. Okay. So what I know about spirit and what I know about spirituality is that spirit does not deal with time and space. Time and space are things of the material, physical world. Spirit only knows here and now. As our founder, Ernest Holmes, put it, spirit, being universal, exists independent of time, space, and form. It conceives only the immediate now. Now, if you find this a little confusing, welcome to the club. This concept of no space and no time, it really messes with me because I live in this material world. And so as living in this material world, I experience time and I experience space. They are real to me in the realm of human existence. I mean, think about this. What would life be like if I was like, oh yeah, we're going to have our Sunday celebration, and you know what? It's going to start whenever you want it to. No, we have times. We have times, except for if you're on the love stream, then you can watch it at any time. But here's the deal. Even though I am bound by the physical laws of this planet, like gravity and aerodynamics and all the other things, those physical laws, I am bound by them in this physical experience, but I can still strive to function at the spiritual level of the present moment, of the now moment. Because when I remember to stay in the moment, and it is a constant reminding myself of that, but when I remember to stay in the moment, life just goes better. Life just goes better. There's a better flow. There's a feeling of ease. There's a sense of peace that's happening. In other words, when I make it my intention to remember that what happened in the past is gone, and whether I'm anticipating or worrying about something in the future, it hasn't happened yet. In fact, that word co-creation comes up again. I am a co-creator in my life, which means that what I am thinking about right now is framing my future. It is starting to build my future. So our work as spiritual beings having a human experience right here, our work is to choose the thoughts that build towards the things that we say that we want, not the things that we don't want. Did that make sense? To build the things we want, not the things we don't want. Here's how Ernest Holmes put it. All ideas are formed in the present, since there is neither past nor future to reality. Thus, we must picture our desires as already created. This is why we do the work we do. This is why we do our affirmations. This is why we do the guided visualizations and visioning and make our vision boards. This is why we do affirmative prayer, spiritual mind treatment. What they are doing is that they're acting as tools to picture our desires as already created in the moment. And then we have them to help us stay with the picture in our minds. Ernest Holmes calls it the mental equivalent. Stay with the picture in our minds until we experience the thing we desire. Which brings me to the actual purpose of today's talk. That was all just warm up. Ha! Earl Nightingale said this: never give up on a dream just because of the time it will take to accomplish it. the time will pass anyway. Everybody go like this. And it got me to thinking about how often we let time get in our way of doing something that we would love to do or to experience or to achieve. Things like, I'd like to do such and so, but it'll take so long to do it. I'd love to get my degree, but I'll be 60 when I'm done. Well, guess what? You're going to be 60 anyway, right? That sounds great, but I'm just too busy. There isn't enough time in the day to do everything, so I'm just not gonna try. But what we learned earlier is that time is gonna go by anyway, because it's what time does. It passes, or at least our perception of time passes. So it can either pass by slowly, or it can pass by quickly, depending on our mindset and depending on our perspective. So what would happen? We're just going to play a little bit here. What would happen if we consciously gave our precious time to something that motivates us, that thrills us, in spite of our concerns or our fears that it's too late or that we don't have enough time? Because here's the thing. When we take a leap and when we start to do that thing that we dream of doing, time miraculously expands to accommodate the new thing with grace and ease. I don't know how it works. It works. Because we are following our passion, not a man-made or self-made timetable. Joseph Campbell, no relation, I wish, but no relation, called it following your bliss. And here's what he said in an interview with Bill Moyers. He says, if you do follow your bliss, you put yourself on a kind of track that has been there all the while waiting for you. And the life that you ought to be living is the one you are living. When you can see that, you begin to meet people who are in your field of bliss, and they open doors to you. I say, follow your bliss and don't be afraid, and doors will open where you didn't know they were going to be. So to illustrate this point, I'm going to tell you a story. It's a story of Ingeborg Rappaport. At age 102, Ingeborg was the oldest person in the world to be awarded a PhD. But here's her story. She was a student in Nazi Germany, and she submitted her thesis in 1938, but she wasn't allowed to defend that thesis. She wasn't allowed to go to the final oral exam and complete her studies because her mother was Jewish. So Ingeborg emigrated to the U.S. She finished her studies there. She met her husband working at a hospital in Cincinnati. And then they and their 4 children moved back to Germany in 1952, where Ingeborg became the head of a neonatology department at a hospital, neonatal, taking care of little tiny babies, right? Well, the dean of the University of Hamburg heard about Ingeborg and heard her story. And nearly 80 years later, he began the proceedings to allow her to complete her German doctorate that she had been denied in 1938. Nearly blind, 102 years old, People came from all over the place. Family, friends, the use of the internet, Google. Tutors from the university came to her home to carry out her final test in her living room. And in 2015, she was awarded her German PhD close to 80 years after she had first tried. Yeah, it's a great story. She said, "I've never felt bitterness. I've been shockingly lucky in all this. For me, it all came out well. I had wonderful teachers in the U.S. I found my husband. I had my children." She says, "This was about the principle. I didn't want to defend my thesis for my own sake. After all, at the age of 102, all of this wasn't exactly easy. I did it for the victims of the Nazis." Just as Joseph Campbell said, when you follow your bliss, doors will open where you didn't know they were going to be. Ingeborg didn't allow her circumstances or her age or time to stop her from doing what it was that she wanted to do. And what happened was she got on the path, and then all kinds of help and resources and avenues opened up to assist her in accomplishing it. And this is what happens when we continue to move forward in anything that we are passionate about, when we stay true to the idea that we have. The ways and the means are going to show up, just as they did in Ingeborg's case. And what also happens, and I could do a whole talk about this, is that as we are on the path, as we are moving, as we are doing this, and the people are coming up to help us, at the same time, we are growing. We are growing into the person that we need to be to accomplish whatever it is that we want to accomplish. In other words, we're working toward that thing. We're developing the muscles, the mental, the physical, the spiritual muscles to support us along the way. And of course, this applies to anything that's been a dream or a passion for us. Whether it's going back to school, or learning how to sing, or becoming an artist, or taking up a sport, or getting an advanced degree, or getting healthier. If we have allowed time, age, education, size, gender, relationship status, location, finances, anything, if we have allowed them to keep us from pursuing our passion, maybe it is time, because it's about time, maybe it is time for us to step on the path and start towards it, even if all we're doing is taking little baby steps right now. At least we are moving forward. I saw this earlier about baby steps. I just had to share it. It was on Facebook. What can I say? I always love it when people say baby steps to imply that they're being tentative, when actually baby steps are a great, unbalanced, wholehearted, enthusiastic lurch into the unknown. Yes? It's so true. Because who knows what's awaiting for us when we allow ourselves the time and the energy and the passion to discover it. So, oftentimes when I do talks, I think, oh, this will be good for them. This one was for me. You got to listen in because, it's what we do. But this one was for me. So I'm going to say to all of us, myself included, maybe it's time to take the time and make time our friend and our companion, our support, rather than our hindrance, or, ouch, our excuse. I love you, and so it is. Here you go. Thank you, sweetheart. This song was a request of mine, and we have such talented musicians here, in case you hadn't noticed it, and they just kind of, when the need happens, they just kind of switch around. They just kind of, oh, no, I can do that. No, I can do that. No, I can do that. We're so blessed. And so please welcome Elevation featuring Amy Bishop.
A stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. Learn to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, gonna send a flood, I'm gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, this is who I'm meant to be, this is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apology, this is me. Whoa. Another round of bullets hits my skin. Fire away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sink in. We are bursting through the barricade and reaching for the sun. We are warriors, oh that's what we've become. Won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, hey, hey, gonna send a flood, I'm gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, this is who I'm meant to be, this is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apology, this is me. Whoa. This is me, whoa. And I know that I deserve your love, 'cause there's nothing I'm not worthy of. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, I'm gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be, this is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies, this is me. Oh, whatever the words wanna cut you down, gonna send a flood, I'm gonna drown them out. voice.
Amy Bishop. Oliver Miguel on keyboards. Well done, amigo. Luis and Lisa. And while we are cheering, give it up for our tech guys there in the back. We got Bernie, we got Ben, and we got Jason. My guys. Oh, sorry, Heather, you understand. Oh, sorry, Jen. Okay, yeah, I'm just in trouble. But they're my guys. What can I say? Oh, boy, that was good stuff. Thank you. So now is the time that I get to tell you how to support the center. Here in person, we'll take up a collection as we do. It's Sunday morning, what can I say? And those of you who are at home, you know the drill. E-transfer to office@calgarycsl.org. Go to the website. You can use PayPal there. If you're sending something from the States, be sure to select Canadian dollars. It's just easier accounting-wise for us. Send a check, call the office, join our conscious commitment. Lots of ways to support the center. And folks, we need to support the center. You know, we too have been through 2 years of, kind of strange times. And so we appreciate you. We appreciate everything that you all are doing to financially support the center, to support us with your prayers, with your energy, with being here, being there. That's the best support that you can do. And so we're going to do our conscious giving affirmation. Let's say that together. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all that I give returns to me multiplied abundantly. I am so blessed, and so it is. So it is. And we're going to sing I Thank Love. I thank love. So you know the drill. We're going to rub our hands together, and we're going to give it all of that good energy, all of our love, all of our enthusiasm, all of our compassion. We're just going to put all that in there, and now we're going to send it out into the world to whoever needs it. So if you know somebody that is needing it right now, send it to them. If you just want to send it to the world, send it on out on the count of 3. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoosh. Have a wonderful week. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Love you muchly. Bye-bye.
Gotta keep reminding myself I'm not like anyone else. That's my face on my ID that makes me VIP. No one exactly like this. No one with my fingerprints. No one can touch it like me. No, I can't fake what you see. They tell you, girl, to get your way, you've got to show some skin. Guy will never get nowhere unless he fights to win. It starts with little changes. Don't know who you are. Surround yourself with friends who will only call you a superstar. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. things I hold in my fist. I don't look at what I don't exist. They become the things that define me. How I look and what things to buy me. It's not important anymore. Feel me rising off the floor. Light as a feather, I'm carefree. I'm weightless. I wanna flow free as a spirit on a journey of hope. Cut the strings and let me go. I'm weightless. I'm weightless. It's a balloon tethered to the ground. Weight of the world wants to hold me down. Cut the strings, let me go. I'm weightless. Weightless. They tell you go to get your way, you've got to show some skin. A guy will never get nowhere unless he fights to win. It all just seems so heavy, weighs me down like lead. Don't wanna be someone I hate. That just makes no sense. Guys, believe me, I wanna flow free as a spirit on a journey of hope. Cut the strings and let me go. I'm weightless. I'm weightless. Millions of balloons tethered to the ground. Weight of the world just can't hold me down. No. Cut the strings. Let me go. I'm weightless. I'm weightless. Ooh, free as a spirit. Hey! Have a wonderful week, everybody. Woo!
Oh shit, Amy.